Welcome back to Solar Impulse TV, live from the Mission Control Center in Monaco. My name is Kari Lundgren, and it is a pleasure to welcome you back. Well, today is a very special day here at Solar Impulse. Bertrand Piccard and Solar Impulse 2 will be taking off from JFK International Airport on their way to Sevilla. The flight will take them, could take them as many as 4 days or 90 hours, and they will be covering about 6,000 kilometers. So a very, very serious flight. It will be the first solar flight across the Atlantic and the last ocean crossing for Solar Impulse, so a very special flight. We will be keeping you up to date throughout the takeoff. At this point, Bertrand has just left the hangar and is on his way taxiing towards the runway. We will be speaking to Andre Borschberg, the co-founder and the other pilot of Solar Impulse 2, and of course bringing you up to date with some of the mission engineers and the other people, the other members of the team here at Solar Impulse. So in the meantime, we're going to show you a quick video with the best of highlights of our crossing of the United States.
If we fly with this airplane, it's the contribution to try and show that clean technologies today can achieve the impossible. And if we can do it in an airplane, of course these same technologies can go into the daily life.
So there's no need, in fact, to wait another 20 years to develop better technologies. Let's use what we have now to make our world more energy efficient, and let's use the resources we have in a more intelligent way.
Bravo, Roger. Clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 3 left. It's not easy because over the United States you really have different weather patterns, so we are struggling to find a solution. We have been looking for another airport a little bit more to the east, which is called Tulsa. Great airport, some hangar, but nothing empty yet.
Greg is trying to get it empty, and that's why he's on the phone.
Yeah, so I think this would be really great.
Dear graduates, you are going to embark on new projects. You will develop your ideas, maybe realize your dreams. But be aware that you will meet people who will tell you, that's not going to work. That's impossible. Don't believe them.
You could have a normal life in which you will only implement what you have learned. Or you can make the choice of the life of the explorer and the pioneer, where you will embrace the unknown, where you will understand that the doubts and the question marks are stimulations for creativity, performance, and innovation. This is what the world today needs.
This is a physical thing that happens, and so all the people around and word is spreading, and now this becomes a technology that people will believe in.
It's historical. I mean, it really is. I feel like years from now, we're going to look back and go, remember when we saw the very beginning of this technology.
To go around the world with not a lick of electricity or gas is an incredible feat, and I think someday this will be how we all get around.
United States, wake up. That's what we have to do. We have to wake up. We can't wait for the Earth to collapse. So the technology is here. We just have to use it.
Some of the highlights of our Across America journey. It's been quite an expedition so far. And here in the MCC with me, I have a stranger, a relative stranger to the MCC, the co-founder of Solar Impulse, and of course one of our pilots. Andre, it's great to have you at the MCC. What's it feel like being back here in sort of the nerve center or the heart of the action?
I tell you, it's really great. It's a special feeling because we did so many things in the past, virtual flights, and now to come back to this team and watching Bertrand getting prepared and slowly, hopefully taking off to fly over this ocean, it's really special. So I'm very excited, very pleased, very happy, all very good friends. So it's a fantastic moment.
Yes, you've worked together for many years at this point, all the hard work in terms of building the airplane, and so it's quite a tight-knit team at this point.
Well, some of them, starting with Raymond Claire, our head of mission, we know each other since, 40 years. I cannot count the number of years anymore. So we have really special ties, and for the team, yes, many, many years that we have worked together. We simulated all these flights year after year to really understand what was happening. So we slowly build up our understanding about what we are today doing. So there's a lot, in fact, in terms of history, in fact, together.
Yeah. Tell me, we were just watching some of the highlights of the crossing of the United States. Was there any particular moment that for you was just really stood out, or was the whole expedition quite special?
I think all the expedition is special, but there was the special flights, flights which, of course, are really, staying in my memory. And there are two things. There are two happenings which were in some ways fun and emotional. The first one is I heard some noise on the airplane. Suddenly, I didn't know what it was, and I was crossing a shower of rain. And it's the first time I heard, in fact, the noise of big drops of water on the structure of this airplane. So I was surprised. And then I said, I'm going through, one of these showers. So
something
that was
new.
Yeah, it was, the first time that this airplane went through water. And of course, the Statue of Liberty, the flight of the Statue of Liberty was a little bit like a dream,
Yeah.
I think I was saying that it was like, for me, like being a 3-year-old boy watching for the first time the Christmas tree, nicely illuminated, lighted, and so that was truly exceptional.
Well, and the images were just fantastic. So it was fun for us on this end. What about you? You were just talking about Bertrand getting ready, and you have also been in his shoes to some extent. Well, when we were taking off from Japan, looking out onto a flight that could take several days. What's going through his head right now, and what are the sort of emotional and challenges for a pilot preparing for an ocean crossing like this?
I think something truly immense that maybe few people can understand, because he thought about this project 17 years ago, and I guess he knew, and he always knew, that the crossing of the Atlantic was going to be something special. We thought maybe we could do it with the first airplane. Now we do it part of the flight around the world. So for him, it's something really immense in terms of what it means. So it's not just flying over the water, it's not just taking this airplane. I think it's the meaning of it.
Yeah.
And after 17 years, it's a long time.
Yeah.
We didn't start it 17 years ago. We started maybe a few years after, but still, in fact, there is so much history behind to come to this moment for him, especially. That's, I don't know. He must be on a cloud in a different world, on another planet. I'm sure. It's and I'm looking forward to hear, in fact, a little bit, how he felt in this morning. But certainly, something, the way I would say, immense. I mean, in terms of emotions.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, we have our mission director, Raymond Claire, who maybe can join us on set and talk a little bit more. We can talk a little bit more about, I guess, the.
Incroyable.
You can take the pilots out of the Air Force, but the Air Force can't take the Air Force out of the pilots. Is
you
that?
know, it's so great to have Raymond. We know each other since 40 years, and we were discussing the idea of you joining the team 10 years ago.
Exactly.
We went, and I could already think about how we would be in this position, and you know, it's so important to have someone to really understand what aviation is. It's because when you fly, you have not much time, in fact, to explain. It's more about feeling, listening to the voice, advising, and having him here. I tell you, it's fantastic. I mean.
Well, I was wondering, do you have any surprising or secret stories from your Air Force days that we should know about?
No, but not yet. But I think for me it's fantastic to be here, of course, and thank you for the trust. But it's great to have André today here.
It is.
I think it's the first time for a real flight, a real mission flight, that you are in this mission control for the actual flight. And it's great, and I'm sure you will enjoy.
I'm already enjoying it.
Yeah, it's a great moment, yeah. And everything is looking good for the time being. The winds in the good direction, a little bit strong. Laurent said it's tricky, but they are taxiing, so yeah, we are good for the time being. Yeah.
Well, actually, I was just going to ask that. So tell us a little bit about this takeoff, and what are the challenges? And you said it's looking pretty good at this point, but maybe tell us a little bit about the challenges.
Well, the idea is to go as fast as possible to leave this beautiful region, I'm sure, but we need to move forward towards Newfoundland, because the bad weather will come from behind. So now the idea is really to take off as soon as possible. Until yesterday, we had two options for both runways, and one runway is a very long taxi. So we are happy today to have big airport, yes. And the wind was exactly between both runway directions planned. But now it's looking for runway 13. So with a little bit crosswind, but it will be good. So we take runway 13, it's a short taxi time. And I think we'll be able to take off in about 40 minutes from now.
Excellent. Well, that's good to hear. What about the flight itself? It took us quite a bit of time to come up with this flight, and it has a very, we're not maybe going the Great Circle route. We've taken a special pattern.
We make a zigzag, nice S to the north and to the south. This is due to the general weather. I think the best you will ask to our meteorologist during the flight to have more details. For the time being, the funny thing is we don't know when we will land. We know where we will go, but maybe we land on Thursday morning or during the night from Thursday to Friday, because we have different options, and we'll see. But I think after one day we'll know more.
But it's great to have this flexibility.
Yes,
we can play with this.
It's interesting. Yes.
Well, and I was just going to ask you. You've been you've been in that situation where you're a couple days or a day away from your destination, and I think there were a little bit of a few showers or things when you were coming into Hawaii and dealing with that. What's it like as a pilot? Sort of, do you feel flexible, or are you starting to get antsy to get back on the ground and get on with things? Or are you quite happy in the plane?
No, you are. You know, when you board for many days, many nights, you don't even think about destination. It's too far away. I think you really try to be, and you are, because that's the privilege of this aircraft. You don't have these constraints of fuel. You don't have the constraint of having a few hours left until you run out of fuel. So it's completely open. So the best strategy is to take one day after next, and really be in this day. And if you have to solve issues, you do solve them. If you can enjoy, you do enjoy. And you live, in fact, minutes after minutes. And this is a fantastic experience. I mean, it's really special. You know, we dream about living the present moment. We always talk about it, but we never can do it in this airplane. You can do it.
Yeah.
And this is an extraordinary learning, I mean, has been for me.
definitely living from moment to moment.
Yeah.
And the other question we had, from many people, is we were looking at 4 different destinations maybe in Europe, and now we're ending up in Spain, which is going to be very exciting. But how hard was it settling on a destination?
Yes, okay, so the weather for France is not good. For Thursday, Friday, we are expecting some thunderstorms over the the Gascogne, Gulf of Biscay. So we are lucky to have another destination. If we would have only one, like Hawaii last year, we had to look longer to find the good window. Now we have 4 different windows possible, and we choose this one, which is the first to come, and we are very happy about it. And also, I have to say, going out of Sevilla for the next leg is easier than going out, for example, out of Paris or so, because we'll just have to cross half of Spain, and then we'll be over water, south of Monaco. And so it will be easier for the next leg, I think. And Sevilla is known for very good weather. I remember 10 years ago, we were thinking about beginnings around the world from Sevilla.
That's true, yeah?
Yeah. So now we'll be in Sevilla most probably in 4 days. That's great.
But it's not an easy decision, because, of course, New York, Le Bourget is mythical.
Yes.
And I think in the eyes of Bertrand, he would have loved to do this. I think, of course, some of our partners would have loved us to do it as well. So we had organized everything. But we knew going to Paris was not the easiest because it's already a little bit inland. Now the question was, do we take this window or do we postpone to wait, in fact, to have more options? France, Spain, as destination, and it was not easy. I think what you have to understand is that we are at this summer solstice. So from now on, in fact, the days will get shorter, the nights longer. This window over the Atlantic is a good window, and it's a risky flight. I mean, of course, up till now we have been doing quite well. Since 13 years, and certainly since last year. It was not always easy. Maybe people do not realize that, but things has been well. But it's still, in fact, a big hurdle. And waiting could be an option, but of course, time is against us from today on or from tomorrow. So we preferred, not to be too choosy and really to take it. And I think we feel good about this weather window. It's still going to be 4 days, maybe 3 if we accelerate. So it's a long flight. And it's Sevilla. I think it will please the people in Spain, and I know Sevilla well, so I'm also happy to go back there.
And a lot
but
of
I'm
solar
sure
power
that
there,
in France, some people will be disappointed. And it's important that they know it's not because we don't like them, it's not because we don't love them.
No, but these are the...
But I hope they understand that sometimes we have to make a choice, and I think the choice is based on really on risk management and risk appreciation.
Yeah, but I think that's a very good way to describe it, because I think people don't necessarily realize how the decision making here. It's not easy. I mean, you guys spend days and hours and really pore over all the different options and really filter through things to come up with a safe option. And you were just talking about that. I mean, that's quite, I think that's the other thing. It's quite, this isn't something easy. If it were easy, it would have been done 20 years ago.
Yes, and whatever you plan in this project changes all the time. So we plan also to have Bertrand flying over the Statue of Liberty, this time at sunrise, something I could not do it. So it was possible, FAA agreed and so on, but now we are pushed away by bad weather coming, and every minute counts, so we had to cancel it. So, all the preparation you do, you just throw it away. So, not easy, but it's part of our life. I mean, you know it, you have been here now so many times. Huh? You need a plan because you need what to do, but that you know that you will have to change the plan. So if you work at Solar Impulse, you have to be able to welcome the change all the time. I think that's the philosophy which behind it.
Be flexible. Excellent. Well, I think, Raymond, you probably need to get back to work.
Yes.
And maybe we'll go back to the live stream a little bit and give you some of the images of what's happening on the taxiway.
هطلع برا فايت ناي برا هشنم هطلع هشنم هطلع هشنم لا من الشابل من الصلاة برا يا Tu m'entends? Oui, tu m'entends? Henri, tu m'entends? Henri de Yon. Henri de Yon. Ah oui, tu m'entends? Ok, alors ok. Je change mon système. Ok, très bien. Streambox, ouais.
But I have to say that I was so maybe the alarm came at the same time that the oxygen. But it is still not left as it was. Okay, so oxygen, I tested this. Oxygen is okay, I can go to Abu Dhabi if I will ask the clearance to the tower already. To delivery, exactly. JFK delivery. Good morning, Hotel Bravo, Sierra India Bravo. I would be ready to copy clearance. Hotel Bravo, Sierra India Bravo. You are unreadable. Monaco from Solar Impulse. C'est unreadable. Il y a quelqu'un qui a un téléphone pour appeler le delivery.
Hotel Bravo, Sierra India Bravo, the connection is unreadable. I will ask my team to call you by telephone to get the clearance. Okay, Monaco, if you can call delivery, the only thing I got was the scroll 7174. All the rest was absolutely unreadable.
Lima va téléphoner.
Comment?
Lima va téléphoner pour avoir l'info.
Okay, I think Lima is calling. Lima, c'est toi qui appelle New York Delivery?
Pardon?
Tu peux appeler New York Delivery pour demander la clearance, c'est unreadable avec la VHF.
Alors je vous appelle à la tour.
C'est delivery, hein? C'est pas la tour.
Ouais, mais j'ai un numéro de téléphone, j'en ai qu'un. J'essaie d'appeler là.
D'accord. Ok, Monaco, Lima Whiskey is calling.
Il y a Nicolas qui fait.
So sorry, now bit of confusion. Who's doing it? Is it Nick or is it Lima? Lima, c'est qui le fait? Parce qu'on est tous en train de parler en même temps.
Alors j'ai Raymond au téléphone qui me confirme que Niklaus appelle pour obtenir la clearance.
So Niklaus is calling New York Delivery for the clearance. That's perfect, thank you. Excellent. Est-ce que quelqu'un peut me mettre les Wultoff dans l'axe?
Oui.
Everybody's, we're a little too close here, eh? Back up a little bit, back up, back up, back up.
Écoute, on pourra les enlever dans un instant, parce qu'il y a encore pas mal de vent, je crois, non?
Oui, oui.
On est dans les limites, là?
Non, non, ça va.
Pour le vent, on est dans les limites?
Non, je crois qu'on est bon.
On est bon, là. Le vent, on est bon, ouais.
Oui, oui, on est bon.
Bertrand Piccard and Solar Impulse 2 getting ready to take off from JFK International. At this point, they're doing some of the system checks, the pre-flight system checks, and they also did an oxygen test a little bit earlier. Bertrand is looking very relaxed. He's also checking with ATC and making sure that he can hear all the radio discussions that he needs to. As you can see, he's out on the runway there. They will move forward a little bit when they get the clearance to do so. Takeoff should be in about 20 minutes time. Again, they're taking off from JFK. It's the 15th busiest airport in the world by passenger traffic, so we're very happy to have a slot to take off. So that is the good news. The flight is going to take Bertrand and Solar Impulse to about 90 hours, maybe a little bit less, and they're on their way to Sevilla. So we'll be keeping you updated at this point, still running through the system checks and everything. But hopefully in about 20 minutes time, they will be taking off.
He gave me a very long clearance. And what I have is, yeah.
Confirm that you have done the espionage checks because
the next check is flight control checks. Everything else has been done. I did the SPO2 check.
You also did the leak.
Absolutely. It was probably before the telemetry was working. I was at 99.
Okay, copy.
After
You'll prepare the pilot on the bridge.
on four systems, everything worked. I did the EDS, I did EDS, low, oxy low, everything. Absolument. On va pas m'obliger à tenir les commandes tout le temps. Il n'y a pas trop de temps.
Whenever
C'est
you're
calme.
ready, we will have a click here for the meteo update. Okay, so I hand over to you.
Hi Bertrand. Bonjour.
Okay. I'm ready.
Okay, so to be short,
Hello, my
everything is
Luke.
going well. The weather
How are
was
you?
so
Third
nice.
Atlantic crossing
Morning,
together.
JFK, no problem. But we see some clouds and rain afterwards. You know, we have several hours between the aircraft and the clouds, at the cloud edge. So Wim will speak about that later. But for the moment, takeoff is okay. The wind is okay. Only to be not catched by clouds and rain, we have to hurry up and to be airborne in 1 hour at least.
Okay. You know, I'm ready much before 1 hour. Huh? I have just the control, flight control checks to do, engine run-ups, and I'm ready.
Well, hello Bertrand. This is Wim.
So if you want to take off before 3 o'clock, for me, I'm sure it would work.
Well, I have a smile.
Hello, Wim.
So
good to hear you.
So you have proof.
Do you have a smile?
No, it's a good thing that you're. It's a good thing that
You
you're
have a
ready
smile.
and
That's
that
great.
can take off. That we can take off earlier than
I have to.
than expected. It's a good thing. The incoming clouds for tonight, they are still there. We are still avoiding them. Remember that we were talking yesterday about the margin of something like two hours to those clouds. So you could see them. Oh, you will see them to your right tonight. Stratocumulus clouds then can go up till 8,000 feet. The idea is to speed up by any means. We will skip the two holdings. We will fly a little faster, and you know the earlier takeoff is also a present. So for the time being, we avoid the clouds with a margin of 4 to 5 hours if we speed up, and you will be at the rendezvous point at 9 Zulu in blue sky with a nice sunrise. So everything is going to plan. Yeah. Tomorrow morning. So on
so 9 Zulu,
Sol on
9
Sol
Zulu
2.
tomorrow morning,
We need that sunshine to charge the batteries, and you will find them. But we have to speed up. No hesitation, no sightseeing, no pictures. No. Well, do the picnic at 9 Zulu with the sunrise.
No picnic.
And I wish you a great flight.
Okay. Okay, good.
No,
That's
if
fine.
we
But
speed up, you won't.
You are confident? I won't be caught up by the clouds.
Have a great flight, Bertrand.
Okay, good. Thank you very much, Wim. Thank you. Talk to you later.
everybody behind.
Anything else for the update briefing? I'd like
Stand by shortly.
just to check the course at the waypoints, because the JFK delivery gave me a very long clearance. Obviously, it's more than what I have written here.
Okay, for information, we have Nick here with the clearance. So are you ready to copy?
Hi Bertrand, ready for the clearance?
Yeah, I'm ready to copy.
Roger. Hotel Bravo Sierra India Bravo.
Hi Nick.
Cleared to Lima Echo Zulu
Ready to
Lima
copy.
via Sierra November Yankee 02. Then Betty, Rice, Libby, Nantucket. Then as filed. Expect flight level 280 10 minutes after departure.
Very pleasant. Talking all about sustainable transport in the Principality.
74.
Trying to do that too.
Look who's here.
Yeah, the boss. The boss.
Magnifique. C'est génial. Vous avez le plaisir d'être là aussi. Hein? Comment allez-vous?
Ça va, un peu occupé.
Oui, c'est vrai. Ça n'arrête pas.
Traditionnellement.
Une activité après l'autre. Moi, je vous admire, hein, je peux vous dire. Je ne sais pas comment vous faites. Hein?
Mais là, c'est formidable.
Ah oui, c'est génial. Ouais. Non, c'est un grand moment. C'est bien. Et puis, je pense que c'est un grand moment pour Bertrand aussi. Ça fait longtemps qu'il attend ça. Donc, ça fait vraiment plaisir. On est un petit peu pressé, là. Donc, on va tâcher de faire le décollage dès qu'on peut. Moi, je pense d'ici une quinzaine de minutes, 20 minutes. Comme ça devrait bien jouer. On croise les doigts. Et puis, vous avez un petit peu de temps après, encore 2 minutes? Parce que moi, je voulais parler de 2-3 petites choses pour la suite, là. La suite immédiate. Mais on va faire le décollage. Et puis, si on attend un petit café après, on fait ça, quoi. Hein?
Ben oui, je sais.
Allez. Alors. Bonjour.
We are ready for class. Okay, so sorry. We share our responsibility.
Ok.
So, run up.
Est-ce que vous êtes prêts pour le run-up?
So how are you doing? Good. Now you're worried this morning about the wind. Good. But it developed very well, so now we're actually able to take up 1 hour.
All fine?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Il faut bien qu'il souffle.
Okay, Bertrand?
Yeah.
Look at this picture there.
Yes, d'accord?
Are you ready to do a run-up?
It's good that we go.
Yes, I just say goodbye to my daughter Michelle.
Let's revise it.
That's our corridor.
Okay. So we do the run-up before.
Yeah.
As soon as you're ready, we are. That's our aircraft. So we have some noise in the boot to the north. Nevertheless, there's less.
Everybody on the ground, ready for the run-up?
And we don't want to delay our takeoff now. We want to go and be out of that. But it looks all fine. And we have a 3 to 5 hour margin now on this position. So that's all. And how is this going to evolve? Yes, we can look at that. See, this is the front system here. Slow moving. And this will diminish.
This will clear up, huh?
Okay, both engines stop. So, inboard. Number 2, independently. Number 3, independently. Now, both of them full power.
Outboard. Full stop. So number 1, independently. Number 4, independently. Hold in 1-4, max power. Both engines done. Both engines off. Engine off. Wait, okay, so flight to full sweep.
We are ready.
Elevator full down. Elevator full up. Back to neutral. Aileron. Full left. Aileron. Full right.
So we planned also to
Back
have a
to
flight of the
neutral.
Statue of Liberty, but we had to cancel it.
Rudder.
So
Full
we always
left.
end up preparing a lot of things.
Rudder. Full right. Back to
Safe
neutral.
is very important. And he will fly just
Now I will fly the
before these clouds coming from the south, so it will escape from this bad weather. Yeah, exactly. I think so. If you brought with the brother, That's very nice gentleman.
Just after a full weather reflection, I have SES check.
And we should do a passenger also.
Yeah, but we was going to do it in the right order. So, balancer left, balancer right.
Noël Mathieu, vous faites quoi là pour le décollage? On avait fait ça pour Michel dans une voiture.
Les médias pour la catching crew, dans 10 minutes, pour y aller vraiment préparer. Donc Noémie, Bruno, Christophe, Yannick, Ira, Guillaume, Nadia. Les voitures qui sont là, parce qu'on a un peu plus de temps. Avant, elles sont. Ouais, nous on a un petit peu plus de temps.
Dans la voiture de Michel à l'arrière.
Vraiment pas très dépensé.
So okay, left one is still on standby.
Vous êtes derrière avec Michel.
Yes, his birthday. At our place, one full
Nils, t'es prêt toi pour les catching crew? Ouais. Ok, alors on les envoie.
Okay, everybody in position,
Tous
please.
les médias, catching crew, partez vers les véhicules qui sont devant. Et c'est maintenant, c'est pas dans 10 minutes.
Quelle voiture? Quelle voiture?
C'est les deux voitures qui sont ici. Les deux, vous pouvez choisir. Maintenant, go.
Go, 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 go.
C'est bon.
Media, I need you in your cars, please.
C'est magnifique. Ouais, c'est super. Parce que je m'attendais pas. Des nuits, on voit. Ouais.
C'est pour ça qu'on a extrait le décollage plus tôt pour faire les motions.
Ouais, c'est la flexibilité solaire. Hein? Non, non, non. Ouais, c'est ou tard dans la nuit ou tôt le matin, ça dépend. Ça dépend, hein.
Rapidement. Hein. So, everybody, you deploy very, very
Donc
fast.
c'est fabuleux de relier les deux continents maintenant. C'est quand même fou. Hein. Et puis on a vu maintenant, ce qui est intéressant aussi, c'est qu'il y a de plus en plus de projets d'avions électriques. La NASA vient de montrer son prochain projet. Donc, pour l'instant, c'est des petits avions, hein, c'est des avions d'entraînement, etc., avec 12 ou 14 moteurs électriques. Airbus commence à travailler dessus, etc. Donc, il y a vraiment un mouvement maintenant général de développement. Ils ne sont pas encore solaires, parce que solaire, c'est encore une autre question, mais en tout cas d'utiliser la technologie électrique dans l'aviation, ce qui est génial, parce que c'est tellement efficient. Et le code de la NASA était vraiment intéressant. Ils se sont dit, it's not as flashy as breaking the sound barrier, like they did with the X-15 at the time, but it's much more useful.
Bertrand Piccard and Solar Impulse 2 making their final checks and getting on to the runway, getting ready for takeoff. Takeoff will be in about 5 minutes' time. They're taking off from JFK, a very busy international airport, 15th in the world in terms of passenger traffic. 56 million people went through there last year. So it is great to have a takeoff slot for Solar Impulse 2 and Bertrand Piccard. Their destination is Sevilla. It will take them approximately 4 days to get there, maybe a little bit less if we manage to have some good winds with us and fly a little bit more quickly. But things are going quite well so far. Again, takeoff will happen in about 5 minutes' time, so keep your eyes on the runway. Ils ne sont pas polluants, donc ça permet d'aller dans des endroits, des moments où on n'a plus d'avion, on ne veut pas des avions, c'est bien.
Non, c'est vrai qu'il y a des conséquences, c'est même pas des populations, mais c'est des conséquences sur la durabilité.
Ah oui, complètement.
On fait l'effort,
C'est grâce à vous, les gars.
Mais non, on a passé, je pense qu'on est en train de passer des tipping points dans tout ça.
Just for your information, our cameras are actually getting busy and moving to the runway so we can actually show you images of the takeoff. So that is why we presently have images just of the MCC here and of the cockpit. But we will have those images of the runway with you shortly.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you.
On va fermer le cockpit, mais...
Ouais, ils sont en train de fermer.
D'accord.
Okay, door locked closed.
Vous êtes là que ces jours? Vous êtes,
oui.
Donc on aura l'occasion de voir une deux fois. Oui, super. Au principe, on planifie 4, mais on aura la possibilité de faire 3 et on verra si on peut faire 3 ou 4. Donc ici, je pense, demain matin, on verra si c'est plus intéressant d'accélérer, parce qu'on a toujours des petits temps d'attente qu'on prévoit dans le planning. Donc on peut ou les skipper puis accélérer un petit peu, ou bien ralentir un petit peu, parce que justement le mauvais temps qui est encore proche de l'Espagne peut se dissiper plus lentement ou pas. Donc on verra, on a le choix, quoi. Donc c'est ou 3 ou 4 jours, quoi. Puis ensuite on va tâcher de voler pas trop loin d'ici, là, quand on fait Séville. Moi je vais faire Séville-Le-Caire, là, donc donc tâcher de... Ouais, exactement. Ah bah, de toute façon, on pensait très étroite, mais si on peut squeezer un peu. Mais il faut que la météo s'améliore. C'était pas terrible la météo aussi. Hein. Mais partout en Europe, mais c'était fou, quoi. Ouais. C'est pas l'été encore, on est vraiment dans le... Ouais. En tout cas, merci pour l'hospitalité. Moi, je suis venu avec l'hélicoptère, puis ils m'ont gentiment reçu. Oui, c'est sympa, merci beaucoup. Je ne sais pas si ça remonte peut-être pas chez vous, mais en tout cas, merci.
You switched also off the privacy mode?
Vraiment chouette, quoi.
The privacy mode off?
Oui, il y a 2 jours, oui. Ouais, ouais. Samedi matin. Voilà, le samedi matin.
Then as soon as you're ready, we would like to do the departure briefing.
Vraiment? Moi, je dirais volontiers un petit mot. Takeoff rechts weg.
What is he doing now?
He's preparing himself.
Because Andre wants to speak with the France for the dog.
Yeah, but he makes first the departure briefing, and before we go to the theater, didn't realize that. Then we have the director's call and all the discussions. Okay?
Yeah.
Perfect. Ist er schon auf der Runway?
Ouais, vas-y, dis. Ok. Ouais.
Okay, I have the seatbelt, telemetry, you have telemetry?
Confirmed?
We have not checked the air brake.
Yes.
We have not checked the air brake.
The air brakes are squeezing.
Full air brakes?
They use it to research also.
Air brakes retracted.
Okay. Trim minus 3 before I forget. Let's take off 6 minus 3 check. Which shock?
Yes, you must say there was a reflection in the window, so I did exactly what he told me.
We can see the skyline of Manhattan there in the background, and Bertrand, Picard, and Solar Impulse 2 are minutes away from taking off. They're doing some very final checks, some checks of the brakes there, but they are lined up and ready to go.
Okay, so now
so any moment now, the Solar Impulse 2 will be taking off on its way to Sevilla. Very long flight, it could be as long as 4 days, 90 hours. So it will be a tough flight for Bertrand, but we will be keeping you posted throughout the flight and throughout the takeoff. So get ready for takeoff.
And VMCA at 28 when I'm full power. Continue runway access. If I have a problem before rotation, I stop everything. After rotation, it's full power, and I do a right-hand circuit to come back on runway 13. If everything goes well, which I hope, I take roughly 45 degrees to the right when I have the safety altitude in order to catch the first waypoint, which is Sierra November Yankee 02, and I climb to 1,500 feet initial. then I will need the clearance to continue to 3,000. And then I continue BT, rise, and everything.
This is all perfectly fine. And for information, we would like to do a DPA check because just after departure, after turning towards the first waypoint, we have to cross DPA.
Yes. So I check the warning panel, which works here. Now it will be left, and I cancel here. That's fine. So cockpit battery, in this case, has to be on. And I have the red light fixed, not flashing. I have DC1, DC2, DC3 working. I have no warnings on the MIC, PNC, and the warning panel. Independent display works. Batteries have not been discharged. The temperature of the battery is fine. Temperature of the motors
Problème de zoom, est-ce que je peux faire large?
is fine. Well, it's not showing because it's not running. So I would be DPA capable.
Copied. Perfect.
Claude, tout est mieux de l'autre côté, hein, quand tu es plus près de la piste. Voilà, voilà, stop, là, pas plus loin. Non, ouais, ok. Ouais, c'est bien.
Do you know by chance what is the next frequency after departure?
Stand by. Okay, for information, Nick is on the phone, but the tower will give it to you as well. So 119.1 is the time, for time being, the frequency. Okay, we just have it. It's 125.7.
125.7. Perfect.
Perfect.
125. So it's the JFK approach.
Most probably.
Very good.
J'ai un problème avec mon zoom, c'est pour ça que c'est compliqué là.
Okay, and for information, what I just got from Andre is that after takeoff we may have a helicopter with AC personnel aboard, and the common frequency will be 123.45.
123.45. Very good.
Good.
Okay, so I'm ready to continue.
Perfect. So I hand over. I hand you over to Andre.
Okay.
Yeah, it's only 15 minutes of speech.
Bertrand, can you hear me?
Yes, Andre. I read you 5.
Bertrand, it's a very, very, very special moment. I know that you have been waiting for this. You have been thinking about it 17 years ago, waiting for this many, many years. And I'm so happy that you can do these flights, that you can do this crossing of the Atlantic, that you can, show the vision and what you really had in mind and in your dreams when you completed the flight around the world with the balloon. I know it's not the first time you crossed the Atlantic. It's, an ocean which is very close to you for many, many, many reasons. And I really want to wish you a lot of pleasure. I mean, enjoy every minute of it. We'll be behind you, we'll be with you, we'll be following you, and really enjoy. and wish you a great, great flight.
Thank you, André. And you know I can do it because you have built a fantastic and revolutionary airplane. Thanks to our partnership together, your dedication with your engineers, I have the first solar airplane now to cross the Atlantic. Can you imagine? I've been thinking about that since so long, and we're starting it. So I'm in the cockpit this time, but we're flying together.
We'll try
Absolutely. Thank you so much, André.
We'll try to slow down the time so that every minute, is going to be filled up with so many good emotions. So I pass you Prince Albert, who is going to give you the final go, and I think we have to make the final readiness first. But all the best. Talk to you soon. Bye bye, Bertrand.
Thank you, André, and talk to you soon on the sat phone when I'm flying. And enjoy Monaco. You will see. Fantastic team. When you were flying on the Pacific, it was so great to be with the NCC in Monaco with the mission team. You'll enjoy also.
Okay, Bertrand, this is Michael. Solar Media, Solar Ground, Solar Safety is ready. MCC is ready. And the last wind we have from the DFD is 4 to 5 knots at 150 degrees, so slightly from the right and nicely on the nose. And I hand you over to Monseigneur.
Very good.
Bertrand, hi, it's Albert. Happy to be back at the MCC for this very special and very important moment of the Solar Impulse flight around the world. And I'm happy to see you looking well and relaxed and ready to go. This is going to be, I think, an incredible part of the journey, and we are with you, of course, all the way. And we will be. I will try to be here several times during the next 3 or 4 days to make sure everything goes well. And but everybody's very excited here, and everybody in Monaco is very excited. And so I'm very, very pleased to be here at this moment and to give you the final go ahead. So Bertrand, you are released to proceed. Continue with tower for clearance and have a fantastic flight. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Albert. And thank you for your friendship and your loyalty to the project. You are here for every takeoff and landing. It's fantastic. And this time it will be the first time we come so close to Monaco. I'm really flying in your direction across the Atlantic. Looking so much forward, and very symbolic flight. And we share all this passion for clean technologies, protection of the environment, with your foundation, Foundation Prince Albert II of Monaco. And I carry with pride the logo of your foundation on the fuselage of Solar Impulse. So thank you very much, Albert, and talk to you later.
Thank you. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you very much, Bertrand.
So Bertrand, it's me again. We are all ready. You can continue and get the takeoff clearance.
Okay, we'll do. JFK Tower, good morning, Hotel Bravo, Sierra India Bravo, runway 13, ready for departure.
Runway 13 right, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 13 right, Hotel Bravo, Sierra India Bravo, thank you.
For information, 3 to 4 knots from 150 is the latest wind from Solar Safety.
Perfect, we have perfect conditions. So I'm docking the engines, motor drive temperature below 40, they are below 40, water temp check It's also below 50. Battery is sufficiently charged. Well, that's the last moment to look. No message on PNC. Transponder. It will be the first time I remember to put the transponder on before takeoff. Landing light. Brake loose. Okay, you know, guys, it's the moment to go.
We're all excited.
Okay, solar ground from Solar Impulse. I'm proceeding. Thank you to all of you and see you on the other side.
And have a good flight, therefore. Wow, incredible moment. All engines full power. Still will lift up. Speed alive.
Claude, avance un tout petit peu.
Rotation.
Là, c'est stop.
May we lift up? Little bit too fast. Going down.
Et coucou. Claude, coucou.
Everything's looking good.
Yep. Everything is smooth. I should never say everything is smooth because it's always the moment to get to the turbulence. It's my first time taking off at JFK. André landed here twice already. It's his airport, huh? Thank you, André, for lending me this airport for a flight.
J'ai un problème avec mon bouquet.
Okay, starts to be a little bumpy.
On a les bus ici.
I will be the only airplane that doesn't disturb the customers of the hotel next door. I was sitting here for almost a week, and it was so noisy. All the airplanes, you know, they were approaching the airport for landing. They were maybe 100 feet above the hotel.
So we have 480 feet.
Sprint back a little bit. Yeah. And that's just at the end of the runway, so I will continue in the runway access until the end of the runway, I guess, huh?
Yes.
Jusqu'à ce qu'il croche tout haut.
I'm hitting now the wing from the right.
So speed is good,
Merci sur le ground. Sur le safety and all my friends. Thank you to all.
Solar Impulse 2 and Bertrand Piccard in the sky over JFK. They took off just a few minutes ago and are on their way across the Atlantic to Sevilla. 6,000 kilometers to go, a flight that will take them about 90 hours, maybe a little bit less if we have some good tailwinds. At this moment, I'm going to take the opportunity to change my badge. So we're on our way across the Atlantic. And now we are going to actually show you just one quick thing to note. The cameramen, as I was saying earlier, this is a very, very busy airport, the 15th busiest in the world, 65 million passengers last year, and the cameramen actually have to move off the runway. So we won't be able to show you any more images of the plane, but we will be showing you images from the cockpit, and we will actually show you a best of video now. So enjoy that, and then we'll be back a little bit later with an update.
Okay, so if I understood well, I have to continue straight away and not to turn right towards the Statue of Liberty.
Yes, I think so. Nice try.
Hotel Bravo, Sierra, India, Bravo, contact near departure on 125.7. Good luck and have a safe flight.
Contact New York departure 125, signal 7. I thank you very much for your good wishes and thank you for your welcome here at Bravo Sierra.
Airspeed check fehlt noch.
15 minutes delay outside of zone there.
New York departure, good morning, Hotel Bravo, Sierra India, Bravo, passing 1,000 feet, landing 1,500 feet, inbound to Sierra November Yankee 02.
Hotel Bravo, Sierra India, Bravo, New York departure. Radar contact, altimeter is 3024. Proceed on your route.
3024, proceed on the route, Hotel Bravo, Sierra India, Bravo. Thank you for your welcome here in New York. Great.
Thank you, John.
And Bertrand, as soon as you are ready, we would like to make the airspeed indication check.
Yes. So I will start by the MIC, then it will be G3, and then it will be Winter. So I am at 3029er.
Copy. Thank you very much. And for your information, we would like you to retract the landing gear and then switch on the SAS MAS to check if everything is working fine.
Yes.
And an additional information, we would like you to keep 28 knots for the next time until we say something else. But we have to speed up, so 28 is the way to go.
Okay, so I trim back a little bit. I have the SAS number 1 on. I have an email from Roger.
Bertrand Piccard and Solar Impulse 2 on their way to Sevilla, a very exciting flight for them ahead, a crossing of the Atlantic. And with me now, I have Prince Albert, one of our patrons, and the reason that we are in Monaco, and of course, Andre Borschberg, the co-founder and the other pilot of Solar Impulse 2. Prince Albert, I wanted to ask you, this is, you've been here before in some ways, before a big ocean crossing. In that case, it was Andre who was in the cockpit. What's it like being here now when we're crossing the Pacific and with Bertrand in the cockpit?
Well, this is a very important moment, I think, of the Solar Impulse flight around the world. Of course, every flight's important, but the crossing of the Pacific first, of course, was unbelievable. And now the Atlantic with Bertrand. I think it's a very symbolic and very, very special moment. And it brings Solar Impulse back to Europe and back toward Monaco too. But it's very special to be here as always, and I was happy to see Bertrand looking so relaxed and so, but also so focused, and I think it's a great moment for him. He's been waiting for this for a long time, and I hope, of course, we all hope everything is going to go well, and it should be a fantastic flight. And it's wonderful to have Andre here at the MCC also, and for him to see the other side of the flight control and everything that's going on here with this fantastic team. So I think we're in for some wonderful moments here.
You can give us some tips. You've been here. you've been here quite a bit. And actually, just mention that you basically are. You've been here for almost every takeoff this year, all barring one. And what's it like being part of the team here? It's. I mean, you were here quite a lot during the flight across the Pacific, and I'm sure that's quite interesting being involved in some of the decisions and seeing how things work.
It's fascinating, and it's. I can't say anything. Of course, Andre knows this, but it's a fantastic team, and wonderful people, and very professional, but very friendly at the same time. And I will try to be back here as many times as I can over the next few hours.
More than welcome.
And to see how everything's going. I think it's of course there's some moments as it happened over the Pacific, and where there's some weather changes and some things that force changes of plan. But I think it all looks as though it's gonna be a wonderful flight. So we keep our fingers crossed, and we will be here to cheer everybody on.
And
it's such a great pleasure to see you now in person, because we talked so much on the phone. And that's true. You have been for us, with us all the time, all at the great moments, departure, landing. So for me, it's wonderful to be back and wonderful to be in Monaco. And like we were discussing, it's not the control center anymore; it's the Monaco Center. and we think about you all the time that we are in this cockpit. So it's special. But it's a special day because it's crossing oceans, and I know oceans for you are extremely important. It's part of also the work you do with your foundation. So we have crossed the Pacific and now the Atlantic, and of course, I mean, that's something we have to keep in the best conditions, because that's what feeds us as well. So I know that oceans are very important for you and what you're doing.
Andre. It's aside from sustainability and clean mobility and use of renewable energies, of course, but oceans and ocean resilience and the fight against the loss of biodiversity also in oceans is extremely important, and we've been engaged with the foundation in many different projects concerning these issues, and so to have Solar Impulse fly over oceans brings also attention to not only, of course, sustainability, but how important oceans are for the climate, of course, for carbon sequestration, but also for that every 2 breaths we take, one comes from the ocean. So so we have to remember that, and have to remember how important oceans are for our well-being and for our future as well.
And we have a beautiful view of the ocean from the MCC, so we're constantly reminded of how important it is and what the foundation does for that. So it's,
absolutely, thank you.
And it's important also for us. So Solar Impulse, I think this crossing is meaningful in the sense that I mean, we'd like it to be some kind of a turning point also for clean technologies. I remember that the flight of Charles Lindbergh in 1927 really opened up the aviation we know today. Before it was, pilot for circus, and then it became pilot for transportation. And that's when people, I think, really started to understand the potential of these technologies. So I really hope people can understand the potential of clean tech. And it's interesting to see during the last months the number of announcements that we had around the world for electric aircraft.
Yep.
I read a couple of days ago, NASA is launching his project for a small electric aircraft. We always have been saying that's where it will start first, before going to large airplanes. They do it. Airbus is working on these technologies as well. So it's clear that electric propulsion has a fantastic future. So to be able also to show from our side what we can do, that we can fly almost forever with this type of technologies, I think it's an impulse which is important to
not just a solar impulse.
To provide.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, we'll be speaking to Eric Lindbergh a little bit later, and he's very involved in electric aviation, so we'll be asking.
Yeah, he has been a very strong advocate since a long time, so there have been few people around who knew that this would come once. So it's great to see this now being translated into real projects. And, the quote of NASA is very interesting. They said, of course, crossing the sound barrier was very flashy, but developing electric aircraft is much more useful for mankind. And it's true, it's useful because it's non-polluting, it's very efficient, non-noisy, so you can imagine what you can do with this.
Well, you have to get a pilot's license so you can fly an electric aircraft.
I would love to someday.
Excellent. Well, you've got a good teacher next to you.
Yes,
So.
I'll grab him.
Excellent. Well, we have a good best of video from the best of highlights of the takeoff, so we will show you that now and let you guys get back to work.
Thank you very much.
That's great. Thanks a lot.
Wonderful.
It's so wonderful to have you here this morning. Huh? You have to.
Let's go for the Atlantic. Let's go for the Atlantic, my friends.
Soll ich Ihnen jetzt sagen, dass wir frühstücken gehen? Sie Ihnen auch. Ein Point of No Return machen wir das. Ein Point of No Return. Ja. Sonst hätte, genau, das habe ich mir auch angetan.
Dynamic 404,